We are on the cemetery run. We lost Eddie a few weeks before the 10-year anniversary out on I-35. So his family graciously let us use his truck for cemetery run 2 years ago, and they've donated his truck again today. So you can hear that diesel purring. It's a beautiful sound. So I got the oldest boy driving it. I'm sitting up here, and we've got the chief, well, the retired chief, and Judy driving the command truck. And anyway, I call him the devil dog, and I call her mother hen. So I'm gonna flip you around here and give you some views. You gotta love Eddie's truck. You know you're in Texas, right? When you got spurs hanging off of your four-wheel drive lever. So this is the first cemetery we go to, and then we go to the other cemetery on the other side of the highway. Just get out here and say a few words. Eddie normally used to go and drive one of the fire trucks, and blow sirens, and rip up the lights. He put on a big show for his buddies. All right. So it's about 9 o'clock at night here on April the 17th, 2025. As you see, we made our cemetery run today and went by the actual blast site. Then went on to the memorial, and we're back here at the fire station. And it's quiet here. It wasn't quiet here 12 years ago, but it's quiet here right now. We're just sitting here in the bay. My oldest boy's outside talking to the now new chief, but I always refer to the chief as the chief, even though he's retired. I hope you enjoyed the little clips of the video, kind of see what we're doing. You know, for some people, they just want to move on, and I get that, I really do. And I don't think a person needs to waller in something, kind of like a dog does. I don't think you need to waller in things. But I think you need to remember, and I truly think that there needs to be a sense of acknowledgement that something transpired. It's history. It'd be wonderful if we could forget wars, conflicts, or even in our own personal lives. It would be nice at times if you could forget, things that have happened to you. But I don't know if we would ever grow, or if we would ever learn, or if we would ever appreciate a quiet bay. When 12 years ago, this wasn't a quiet bay. It was humming. In the days after the blast, of the crews coming in to run the shifts, a town trying to pick up the pieces. For us that make the journey, 14-hour drive to come here, almost came back every year for 12 years, except for a little COVID stuff, but pretty much almost every year for 12 years. Not being paid to do it. Why? I call it the real factor. When I came here 12 years ago, I didn't necessarily want to come here. I really didn't. Didn't know what to say, didn't know what to do. I've said it in other videos. How do you fix something like that? How do you make it better? I don't honestly think you can. You can help sort the puzzle pieces. But I think when you stick with it, I've done presentations on it. When you stick with it, it becomes real. I've made tremendously great relationships here with people. And it's the real factor. Because it's the real factor that brings me back every year. The last thing I would want is for the people in this small town that I've made relationships with, I wouldn't want them to think that it was a job. I wouldn't want them to think that it's not something that I want to do. It is something I want to do. Even as hard as the funeral run is today, or it was, there's those moments of gratitude, growth, and smiles. And when we used to do the funeral runs, when Eddie was still with us, Eddie and I would pick on the mother hen and, give her a lot of grief. And so I just had to double up today, right? My oldest boy chimed in a little bit when he felt comfortable with it. And life goes on. I wanted to do this video. It's not rehearsed. It's no script. Straight from the heart. I wanted to do this video simply because this is what makes us who we are. And as painful as it is, it makes us who we are. I've smelled pain, I've touched pain, I've felt pain. And it's what makes me get out of bed in the morning, put my feet on the ground. And the only way we can continue forward as a society is to teach our youth. And the best way to teach our youth is to show them. Show them how we pick up the pieces and we move forward. Show them how we grit our teeth and do what we got to do. Show them that the right thing is not always the easy thing. So we went from chaos 12 years ago to pure silence right there, just for a moment. So, I hope you all enjoy the video. I hope you share it, spread it, and I hope that it brings peace to people. And for the people that were lost on this day, April 17th of 2013, we want to give you a little bit of acknowledgement. Your time here mattered. And as long as I'm able to come back to West Texas, I'm going to come back every year. As long as I'm breathing and kicking, I'm going to come back. So, I say it in most of my videos. Who am I today? When I got that phone call on April 17th of 2013, man, oh man. But I am so glad that I got that phone call. And I'm so glad when that voice said, do you want to go to West Texas? I'm so glad that I said yes. Is it emotional? Yeah, it is. I didn't know any of those people that we lost that day. But I've absolutely grown to love the people that are still here. So, from the little town of West Texas, or the little town of West Texas, I should rephrase that. Thank you. I said it in an interview once, and I'm going to say it again. I got a lot more out of West Texas than they ever got out of me. It's helped me become the man I am and the man I'm still trying to become. Y'all have a great night.